I say also that, Sarah, thank you for just sending me a list of stuff you found about me on the internet. And this might be just a really deep cut, like emotional moment here, but like it was very validating. It was just validating to know, like, oh, people can actually, people are hearing what I'm saying. And I know that that's weird because I do a lot of talking and write, but it's really nice to hear it reflected back in a way that goes, oh yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to get across. Incredibly validating to see. So thanks for being ready and resourceful and thorough, but like know that it meant a lot.
Oh my God.
Like, oh.
It was very easy to find. You're very consistent. Your 2017 inbound talk, I took a lot of notes for Alice.
Which one was
specifically. Finding the
enemy. Yes, that's a great talk. I love
that. It was a really good talk. It's a good talk.
Love that talk.
And so it was really helpful to like, what do we stand for? What do we not stand for? And what are we against? Exercise.
What competes and conflicts with your purpose? It's like the line, you can judge a talk by the line of people that are there to talk to you after. This was one of the longest lines. And a lot of them were like, I sell this. What's my enemy? And I was like, here's my card. I can't tell you right now.
I need money to tell you.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you right now. That's free.
Do you know that talk it was 2017, so a year after Trump started the reign of terror. And at the end of the talk, I left everyone with this thought of like, look, I hope obviously this helps your marketing. I hope it helps you. Great. Obviously that's the goal of today, but all my talks have like a double meaning. I always want people to like apply this lesson to like life. Yeah. And then at that point, we're hearing like what we're hearing now, immigrant caravan and everything that happened with Hillary. And it doesn't matter where you fall on the political spectrum. You can't deny that an enemy was created and done so in a way that is almost textbook, the advice that I'm giving, right? And so I ended the talk with, obviously, I hope this helps your marketing, but I hope it helps you see when an enemy is being created for you. And then I remember this girl in the back, she was this gorgeous Black woman. She just stood up and was like, just by herself in the back. And I was like, yes, this is about more than marketing. This is happening so much. It's happening with all of the Russian trolls that were happening with, dividing the country on two sides of any issue out there. I mean, it is like, if you understand the mechanisms, you can now see how the world of manipulation works. Man, I talk about marketing, but marketing is persuasion, and persuasion is propaganda, and it is everything around us, Yeah, everyone should be a student of it.
There's times when I'm like, what am I doing and why am I wasting my time marketing for a SaaS company? Like truly. And then I'm like, well, it really would be the same kind of job, just doing something like for a different kind of company, but it would generally be the same lessons, the same. So it's just adapted to this weird made up industry. But my sister's a first grade teacher, and she like says some things and I'm like, oh, I could apply that to me and my coworkers, like the way that you're applying it to you and your little nuggets.
That's life though. It's about patterns. If you can figure out patterns in life, if it's from, I don't know, crocheting, figure out how to apply patterns from anything to something else, you're set. That's all anyone does. If you talk to, analyst firms or even CEOs, they're like, oh, I just recognize the patterns. There's patterns even in chaos. Like, I think if you can see the patterns in life for yourself, like what do you habitually do, not what you say you do? How much cheese are you actually eating at midnight, Sarah? Yeah. Look at your patterns. And if you can see patterns, that's the truth.
That's the thing too, is it's interesting because to see patterns, you have to know how to handle yourself in the moment of things so that you can like take a step back and like recognize what's happening. So I think maybe that's where I'm at in my career, is like not freaking out about every little thing and understanding like 3 years from now, I'm not going to remember that one campaign didn't work, but I'm going to remember why it didn't work or what I did to make it better. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. Growing up is hard.
Yeah.
You never
actually choose this for myself.
You just collect lessons. That's it. Growing up is just a series of fucking up and going, all right, that can either ruin me or I can just figure out what to do differently next time. And at some point you have enough experience where you can jump on podcasts like this and go, okay, one time. Oh, another time. That's it. It's literally just the passage of time. And you can either choose to ignore the lessons that it's throwing at you, or you can choose to be like, there's something to be learned in this. Every breakup, every awful, catastrophe in my career, you learn something from it. Really. That's your inspo moment.
I love that.
Okay. I don't think that was the whole podcast.
Can I show you something else? Do you guys want to see I actually have to turn my camera on so you can see what I'm showing you. Now I don't know how to do that. How do I see myself again?
It's on. Oh, I was going to say.
We can see you.
You can see me. I couldn't see me. So do you guys? Sorry, this is Life magazine.
Hi. What's up, Jackie?
What it do?
1964. I have this from a vintage. Like I bought this like an antique shop, and I just love it because of like the ads in it. You know.
Yep.
Like lemonade 7-cent coupons. It's really a fascinating kind of like journey through the world of advertising. Oh look, here is you can't actually say that on the air, so I'll leave it. Yeah, no. Yeah, you understand. But you know, I love this. This is to me like the ultimate in pattern recognition. And I have a point with this. Bear with me. Do you guys know Jean Kilbourne?
No.
Jean Kilbourne is my absolute hero, my inspo, the foundation of the next chapter of my life. She is a pioneering activist. She had the documentary Killing Us Softly, which looked at how advertising portrayed women and correlated to violence against women and unrealistic body standards and sexualization of children and all kinds of like the foundation for why advertising is sucked when it comes to women in our lifetime. And I saw that documentary back in college in the 1800s, and all Jean did in the late 60s when that, you know, that edition of Life was out, she cut out ads that were in Life magazine or any other magazine at the time that portrayed women. And Jean was just somebody who was trying to break into the world of anything. I mean, she was trying to get hired as a model and a secretary, but everyone wanted to just say, you sleep with me, you'll get a job. She kept hitting this like roadblock. And so she just started cutting out these ads, putting them on her like refrigerator and noticing trends that like ads, we know this now in 2021, but in late 1960s, no one had put this pattern together that most ads were incredibly harmful towards women, objectified them, you know, a pattern of violence against women, all in subservient positions to men, always with an unrealistic standard of beauty. Like we know this, like we've seen ads like this forever. That started Jean's whole career. And she spent the next few decades pioneering this criticism of advertising that was backed by research and just collected enough ads to show a pattern, period. And it was the foundation for what she became to be the leading expertise on portrayal of advertising in women, and later on tobacco and et cetera, drinking, alcohol thing. It's just, she looked at what is the impact of advertising on women, right? She's in her, you know, she's getting up there in age right now, and it's 2021. And when I saw this film 10 years ago, plus, I remember thinking, I'll never look at advertising the same way. I'll never look at anything in my life the same way.
Yeah.
And she changed the way I saw this industry. That's what I'm trying to do now, is like take an understanding of what I know about the world of influence and persuasion and changing minds and all that stuff that I have done my whole career. And I'm trying to reframe it for people that don't think about the patterns of advertising. Specifically now, our whole world of woke marketing and like how every brand has something to say about feminism or LGBTQ equality, or in this case, democracy, like whatever the hot button issue is, Black Lives Matter, you name it, like companies are woke now. And if you look at the patterns, you know, my question is like Jean asked, what's the impact of advertising on women? I'm asking, what's the impact of advertising on social movements? And all I'm doing is collecting examples, period, and noticing the patterns and asking other people to be a little bit more conscious about the marketing they see. And I don't even know why I brought this up, but I just think that's going to change. It's going to change my career, because this is now becoming a documentary and a book, and it's my new speaking topic. It has been for the last, you know, few years, but I'm full in on this. Like, this is my new thing. And I'm hoping it does the same effect that Jean had on me, which is I want someone to see it or read it and go, I will never look at advertising the same way ever again, period. Consumer, marketer, doesn't matter. I want them to change the way they see this world.
Yeah. Well, we're already sold on it.
I mean,
so
seriously.
that helps. Somebody tagged us in a LinkedIn comment once that was like, I'm just going for these like short videos inspired by Sara and Bridget that just like don't even care what they look like. And I was like, I was like, all right.
Thanks. Question mark. Roll with it. Run with it. Earn
Yeah,
it,
we're just owning that now.
We are.
I've learned.
It's usually when I have taken my day off is when we record.
Yeah, or like on a weekend when I'm like, absolutely
Sunday.
not.
When we're like, shit.
Women, we are told to care about our appearance. It's the misogyny, the patriarchy, ladies. If you look like shit, you're just an active resisting of the patriarchy. It's brilliant.
Just focus on how smart I am instead of how cute I am. That's all.
You know, here's the here's the tea to steal from Drag Race. I obviously watch a ton of Drag Race, by the way. But the real tea of it is like, we live in a world where you right now, right? This is content we're going to produce, we're going to put on the internet, and everyone's going to judge it based on packaging and first reaction. Like, you can't get away from that.
Yep.
I've learned to just embrace it and be like, let's wear neon colors. And it's,
and like, I do it too. Like, the immediate first time I meet someone, I'm like, well, I've now decided everything I need to know about them. So